Tabitha Brown, affectionately known as Auntie Tab to her followers, found herself in the hot seat this week after sharing what she described as a reality check for entrepreneurs. Taking to social media earlier this week, the vegan entrepreneur posted a video that was intended to encourage and share wisdom, but instead sparked a wave of backlash from people who felt she was out of touch with the current realities of work and business. In the video, Brown called out struggling entrepreneurs by urging them to take a step back and consider the possibility that it might be time to get a job. "This is not to discourage you," she said in the video. "Entrepreneurship, it's not for everybody. That doesn't mean it's not for you, but right now these last few months, few years baby, it ain't been working for you and you're doing a lot of robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's time for you to get a job." While Brown may have intended for the hot take to be received as tough love, the advice was instead received as harsh and dismissive. Many critics pointed out that her comments seemed oblivious to the very real challenges of today's job market caused by the current administration, and ignored the impact of layoffs sweeping industries, companies leaning into AI to replace workers, and the unemployment rate among Black women continuing to rise under Trump. Others pointed out that the ideology of just get a job is neither practical nor empathetic advice. As a Black woman who has been an entrepreneur for almost 2 decades, and who has also been gainfully employed, I understand her point. But what she failed to acknowledge is that many entrepreneurs, especially those in Black and brown communities, are forced into the position out of necessity, and similar to her own story, it doesn't come with a wealth of experience. To her credit, Brown didn't leave the message vague for followers and critics alike to continue to draw their own conclusions. After seeing the backlash, Brown took to social media to clarify her intent, saying, "Morning TSA. Nothing is wrong with working while pursuing your dreams." Tabitha captioned the clip, "Just stay locked in, and even while working a temporary job, do something towards your dream every day. Love y'all." Expounding on her intention and the audience that the message was meant for, Brown shared that her message wasn't for those who are trying, but instead the ones who feel that employment is beneath them. "I'm talking to the people who have just decided that working is beneath them," Brown said. "That's who I'm talking to. Okay, you know who you are. I'm not talking to the people who are like Tab. I done tried to get a job. Baby, the key word is try." Despite her clarification, the incident highlights a larger issue with how advice is shared in today's climate. What Brown said isn't all that different from what happens during church services across the country, where tough messages are often delivered under the umbrella of love. But the pulpit and social media are not the same stage. In church, congregants come prepared to receive online. People are simply scrolling. The result is that a message meant for a select audience is received by everyone, and not everyone will find it helpful. And that's the real lesson here. There is a time and place for everything. In an era when misinformation and disinformation flood our timelines daily, unsolicited commentary can feel less like encouragement and more like an attack. Sometimes the wisest thing isn't to share what God dropped in your spirit, but to stop and recognize when silence is the better option. What also rubbed many the wrong way was the undertone of authority in Brown's delivery. Her own rise to fame, largely by happenstance through viral videos that showcased her authenticity, didn't come with the kind of harsh critique she is now offering others. The truth is, there's no one way to become successful. There's no universal playbook, and success rarely follows a cookie-cutter plan. To imply otherwise is not only misleading, but also plays into the capitalist lie that joy and fulfillment can only be reached through conventional benchmarks of success. Yes, it's okay to encourage people to stabilize their finances while pursuing their dreams. Yes, it's okay to remind people not to let pride get in the way of survival, but it's not okay to position yourself as an expert in life, when you too are still figuring it out. People aren't tired of advice, they're tired of being talked down to. Love may have been the intended root of Brown's message, but the backlash serves as an important reminder that delivery matters. People don't just need tough love. They need empathy, nuance, and a level of understanding that in this era, struggle looks different for everyone.